What's up, guys? How you doing today? Decided to make this small vlog. It's not about delivery today, not about travel. Um, just just my thoughts and just some updates about my films. Recently, I felt exhausted. It was yesterday. In the middle of the day, I realized that I don't want to do anything of what I'm doing right now, and I just came back home and fell asleep, and I've been sleeping all day, and then I've been doing nothing. I didn't want to do anything at all. Um, Sometimes it happens. I have a lot of things to do, and first, my first feelings were to blame myself for that, but then I realized that it's okay not to feel okay sometimes, and just not to blame yourself for this, and let yourself just relax and let everything go for a while. And yeah, this actually helped. But in the middle of the night, when I couldn't fall asleep, because obviously I've been sleeping all day, um, I decided that this is good. This will be good to film that, and to tell why suddenly I felt exhausted. So it's all about my creative process. Currently, I'm working on several projects. Let me show you. One of them is my first feature screenplay. I'd like to say film, but yet I'm just started writing a screenplay. I'm actually only at the first step. I'm working on a treatment right now, so it's even not a screenplay yet. I just uh, I just grabbed all notes that I wrote for the last 2 years about my dream feature film project. Uh, they were everywhere, in my notes, in my phone, in my messages that I sent to myself, in my copybooks, everywhere. So I just picked everything up together and write it down in one place. Uh, and at some point, I even had a thought, oh wow, is that me? Um, Created all this stuff. Um, I mean, I sometimes I look at what I'm doing, and I'm thinking, wow, it's not me. I couldn't create this, but actually, yeah, it was me. And this is going to be a thriller. Uh, it's titled "My Mother is a Serial Killer." It has a huge story behind this idea, but I'll probably tell you about this later. All you need to know for now is that I've been dreaming to start writing this project for the last, I think, 2 years already, maybe even a little bit more. And finally, I have this, I would say, opportunity to start writing it, to start develop this story. And yeah, here is a small plan. I thought first, before I show you this, I thought that firstly, I thought uh, that I won't show it to you, but YouTube isn't meant to be like, safe place for creating stuff. And and I want to, be more open with what I'm doing, with my thoughts. This is one of the reasons why I actually started this channel. And when time goes by, I want to come to this channel and watch what I thought, what I did, how I speak. Also, if you guys saw my very first video, you know that I'm lazy ass who's still working on my English. So don't surprise why I do some mistakes in English. I mean, a lot of mistakes in English, but I'm working on that. So yeah, and okay, let me show you. This is the title of my feature film script, and hopefully my feature film. Now it's in development, and yeah, don't take it for the truth. So this is not confirmed. This is just my dream, so that's why the stickers here. I actually don't put it here, but for a video I decided, just to just to confirm that in order if there is going to be some misunderstanding, this is just a dream for now. That someday Nicole Kidman will play main character in my feature film. But yeah, I'm the person who believes that if you write that down and if you'll see it every day, it's actually helping you, it's actually helping you more to make your dream come true. And also, you'll never get what what you are afraid to ask for. So I decided do not hide this line and keep it for you. I decided to be open about my creative processes and about my dreams. So yeah, so now I'm here at treatment. I just started. I thought that by this time I'll be somewhere at least at the plot or outline. But it is what it is. It's my very first feature screenplay, so it's hard to put everything together. But I like that process, and the more I dive into it, the more I actually like it, and the more things get together. So it's every day easier and easier to write it. And I also now working on Elsa. This is a short film. This is confirmed cast. One of the roles is for Katerina Melnikova. She's my friend, and she actually played in my very first two short films. So where am I at now? I'm at pre-production stage. Currently, I just so the screenplay is locked, and I just took extra classes which helped me to know more about how to identify the crew and the budget for the crew and for the specific film. It's very important, especially when you are independent filmmaker with a small budget or with no budget. So yeah, it was very helpful. And currently, I'm identifying what my crew can be, who can play combo roles, who I really need for this specific project. And after that, I'll break down the script. And now I'm taking also, while I'm working on this, I just yesterday I started, after finishing this course about the crew, I started another class about the crowdfunding campaign. I never did this before, my very first two short films, which are My Mother is Oh, I'm sorry, which are The Diary of Nightmares, and the second is I Don't Want to Die. I actually filmed them all by myself. I took every position in the crew, so there was just me and my friend Kate who played all roles in my films. And by the way, these films won different certificates and took some trophies. This one we won for Best Actress for I Don't Want to Die. This is a drama. And this one I won as a Best Director for The Diary of Nightmares. This was a local film festival in Lakewood. They are really cool guys. Check them out. They do the festival every 6 months, and that's fun. That's why this is a scalp, because when I filmed The Diary of Nightmares, it actually was almost the Halloween time, and I wanted to do something spooky, and it became spooky actually. It's a fantasy slash thriller, and yeah, and I won this trophy for this film also in the season of Halloween, but next year. So yeah, what I'm trying to say, I'm too far away from my point, that these two films I made by myself and with the help of my one friend. So there were only two of us. And as I'm growing as a filmmaker, I realized that I want to work, which is logical, with a crew. I want to try this to get this skill to work with people. I never had it before on the film set. I mean, only with just my friend. I mean, as a director, I never did this. This is going to be my very first short film where I'm going to hire the crew and where I'm going to crowdfund to do crowdfunding campaign. I'm sorry for my English again. I'm trying to do my best. And yeah, there's gonna be some budget for this film, more than I had the budget for my previous two short films. So yeah, I'm growing, and as I'm growing, the needs are growing as well, you know. But it's a part of leveling up your skills. So currently, as I said, I taking this class, and I will launch the crowdfunding campaign very soon for this film. And I'll be also working on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and those that Geek apps to earn some money, to earn some extra money for my film. And I also hope that some people will believe in me and will also help me fund my film. We'll see how it goes. I also have to finalize the dialogue translation. What I mean by this, the script is locked, but because I'm not a native speaker, I'm actually writing all of the screenplays on the creative stories in Russian, in my native language, because I feel words better when I'm writing in my native language. Um, Let me explain what I mean. For example, the phrase "I love you." I definitely know what it means, and I definitely know how it feels when you say it to someone, right? But the difference is when I say it to someone in my native language, I kind of feel it from my heart. And when I say same phrase, when if I'll say the same phrase if I'll say the same phrase in English, I will know what I mean, and I will know what I um supposed to feel, have to feel. But anyway, it's gonna be a little bit different in internal feelings for me. Does that make sense? So same for writing. When I'm writing in my native language, I feel it through my heart, and I prefer to write it. And also, my language isn't as good for writing in English and sound like a native speaker. So yeah, I already translated my screenplay by myself, but I'm not quite sure in dialect, and I want them to be very familiar for native speakers because I'm filming here um, for I'm filming here in America, and I'm filming for people who live here. So I want to finalize my dialogue translation with the professional who will translate not the action lines but just the dialogue, just to double check and to be sure that it sounds natural. And one last thing, when it's not last thing for this film as well as for this, but this is like what I'm working on right now. Uh, I'm going to submit the screenplay to some specific festival. I'm not going to tell what festival that is, but it's an opportunity to also win some money. But I know it's not the point that I should rely on, and I'm not relying on that. But anyway, I'm trying my best. So it's not hard to submit the screenplay if you have it, and I'll submit. We'll see. Maybe they will see me and they will say, "Wow, we'll like your screenplay. Yeah, that exactly the same that screenplay that we were looking for." Uh, I don't believe in that, but you never know until you try, right? You should try. And also, the Diary of Nightmares. That's my very first short film. I just told you about that film a little, and it's actually the proof of concept. And I'm working on the story synopsis and statement of intent to promote this film as a proof of concept now. We'll see how it goes. So, as you can see, I have a lot of things to do. And yeah, by the way, about my first two short films, soon I'll post them online. Uh, I'm just figuring out some stuff, and after I'll figure that out, I'll post them, and you can all guys watch them. But yeah, this is all I'm working on right now, and I'm also editing for my YouTube channel. Soon you're gonna see my next video from Nashville. This is probably gonna be the last one from Nashville, and after that, there's gonna be a lot of content about my films and about me trying to earn some money to fund my film. But yeah, um, this is probably explain why I felt exhausted. I have a lot of things to do all at the same time, at the same moment. And also, beside all of that, I don't get profit from all of this. This is It is just all of this creative process is just probably will help me build my career, or maybe not. And so I also have to work to pay my bills. So yeah. And when it's sometimes like it was yesterday, these two feelings when you don't get profit from the things what you like to do, um, and you have to do what you don't like to do to pay your bills. Sometimes these two feelings they collide, and you feel like a loser. You feel like you don't want to do anything because you will never succeed, and all this stuff. Um, and that's how I felt yesterday. But today I'm totally fine. I'm feeling much better. I'm ready to continue working on all this creative stuff. I like doing this, and just decided to share this with you. I won't do any specific editing for this, just small video about where I'm at now, and I hope you like this type of video as well as my DoorDash content. This is all related to each other. This gig work and my creative things, because they are helping each other to to DoorDash gives me, okay, I should stop talking here, I think, because I'm going deeper in what you already understood, I guess. So yeah, if you guys willing to help me succeed and to make my next short film, and make my dream come true, subscribe to my channel. This will help me a lot. And yeah, this is it for tonight. And see you in the next video. Bye. Yeah, and just one thing, you probably saw behind me this mess. I'm just doing laundry. Everything gonna be okay soon. I'm just doing laundry. That's not how I live. That's not that mess every time. Today is a laundry day. This is just. I don't want you to think that she has a mess in her head and on her bed. No. Now this is it.